Okay, so I wanted to tell you about this dude. His last name is Hornsleth. Hornsleth. I'm not going to be great with the whole pronunciation of his first name probably, but he's a Danish artist who, where the did the video go? I'm sorry, hold on. He does some questionable art projects. I find one to be extremely disturbing. I'll save that one for probably last, but this one, the one that I wanted to tell you about first was called the Deep Storage Project, and it's right here. The video this is just his own trailer, so it probably is going to show it in a light that is favorable to him, but we can discuss it in our own, obviously. So okay, got it. I got it. So here.
Baby Sapphire, 300 fod, helikopterplads, har en nøjagtig vi skal have. Og kæft, mand. Brugt 5 stykker lejsning her. Der er bil, det er helt fantastisk. Hvorfor vil man bruge 2 millioner kroner på at fylde jorden rundt, der blødprøver på folk, og så proppe den ind i en kæmpe kultur og smide den stille her? It's actually, we are collecting 5,000 blood samples. The project is called Deep Storage. We're going to put a big 5-meter big sculpture into the Marianas Trench in the Pacific Ocean. We're like the opposite of Jurassic Park. We're placing things for the future. So in 10,000 years, when they pick it up, they recreate. What's your name? Mana. They remana you. Det er første gang, jeg har lavet et projekt, hvor der ikke er direkte sådan, ting, man kan sælge. Det er pengene fosser ud af statskassen i øjeblikket. Alle de rejser, alle de der blodprøvnings, det er jo gratis certifikater. Alt er gratis her. Men jeg skal nok ordne det, ellers sover jeg ned på gulvet. Jeg er lige glad.
Ja.
Projektet er laser, vi holder ved. Hver eneste gang, der ryger et billede, så kommer der en 20-billet ind på kontoen. Vi rejser, vi sælger, og vi rejser, vi sælger. Bare over for medierne og folk, man bare sige, det var tvivl om. Jeg skal optræde i programmet Livhaverne.
I don't know if we have to watch the whole thing. It's up to you.
Og jeg er i markedet for de her hus. Det er diskret luksus, det kan jeg godt lide.
I don't know. I trust you if we've seen enough.
Yeah, no, because I read about it. I didn't see the whole promo, but I'm just gonna fast forward and see if they show the project at the end.
Der er altså rigtig 11 kilometer til. Dokumenteret en forretningsmand, han fortæller lige inden hun gik af, så lavede han lige hele Mariana Trench til det nationale monument. At de har claimet det, selvom det er uden for deres følgegrænse, så har de claimet det, at de kan gøre det, hvad de vil. Og der er nogle underlige rygter om, at det er militært. Lige nu, så går det fantastisk. Alle steder, de springer simpelthen op. Det er som om, der foregår noget, jeg ikke rigtig ved. Det er ligesom for godt til at tage.
I'm not going to show it. I have a picture of it. So I'll show you what it looks like. So that's one of his projects. What do you think of that?
I don't know if I understand it.
So
it seems as though they're collecting blood samples and they're going to bury them, and then in sometime they're going to bring it back up and make these people.
That's basically what he's saying. Yeah, it's described a little different. He was saying in the event of a cataclysm, which he anticipates, then they'll be able to remake the human race off of these samples.
How would they be able to do that if there's a cataclysm?
Maybe the people that went underground. I'm not sure. It's
like what, the labs were untouched.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe they have the deep sea vault going on something, but that's why he's putting in the Mariana Trench, I guess. Because it's the deepest part of the ocean, and so.
And is there? My first thing is, what's the guarantee? Like, how do I? Is it my blood to suddenly? Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
Well, he didn't do your blood. He only did white people. That was clear.
Well, he only did white people.
Yeah, he only did white people.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because what I read about it is that there wasn't a very diverse representation. And so I looked at just some of the people. He has a whole book. It's a whole, like, the art project shows all the people that he took the blood from, like pictures of them. And I didn't see it unless they were very, very elusively black.
That's interesting. If he didn't, I don't know. There's a lot to unpack.
Did
I
you see that
mean,
it was state sponsored? Is that what it said? State sponsored funds too? That was interesting.
it seemed that way.
And then,
Um,
yeah. And when he
I,
said,
I don't,
go ahead.
yeah, I'm trying to understand how they would know if it happened or if it didn't happen, or if there was a time limit or expiration date, or does the company now own your blood sample, or I'm
Right.
just so I don't quite get it.
Let me show you the actual sculpture that he put all these things into. So it's weird too, because I don't see any instructions. I don't know how people would know to open it and create, unless he has something going on that we don't really know about. Should I just drag it, or I can just share the screen again?
Mhm.
Okay. There's a bunch of pictures, so I'll just pull it up like that. Share screen. There you go. You see it?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the
It
deployment.
looks like the craft that Superman came to Earth in the Superman the movie.
Oh yeah, huh? His starship.
I mean, I imagine it's perfect. It's purposely asymmetrical.
Mm-hmm. That's his model.
It's obvious that I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I just don't have enough information.
Right.
Is it called something? Was it designed this way for a purpose?
The deep storage project.
That's what it's called. The deep storage project. That's it.
That's it.
I mean, is this no, not the whole thing. I mean, what is this
Oh.
this piece called?
Oh, this star. It doesn't. I haven't seen anything today when I looked at it, and I didn't see anything when I found it the first time. So I don't think that it's called anything. It just looks interesting. It's questionable, in my opinion.
It's just for me that I mean, that's a lot of energy going into that.
Mm-hmm. A lot, and a lot of just money.
Yeah, we're just not sure why.
Yeah. Yep. So let me show you. So maybe we'll get, I don't know, but his other projects. Okay, so he has another one. Let me tell you about this one.
A controversial artist who installed tracking devices on London's rough sleepers has defended his work, saying it challenges the concepts of exploitation.
Oh, you gotta keep his logo. This is his promo again. So he's
An artist has been placing tracking devices on homeless people and selling them for almost £25,000 to be used as real-life Tamagotchi.
It's quite a prominent address for a homeless guy. Oxford Street. He's not there. He must be inside the building. The only problem is, it's a police station. The signal is right there. I'm going to go in there, into the police station, and see if they know anything. Oh, so you have no one arrested right now? This is 12 minutes ago, right here. And why is he not here? They don't have anyone arrested right now. It's just a goddamn lie, because I have a plane inside. There's jail here. Unless it's on the roof.
The controversial artist has defended his work, which profiled some of London's rough sleepers.
It's about surveillance. We all being surveilled by Google and so on, and nobody seems to care. And so the rich guys can follow them on a little app, and we put tracking devices on the homeless. They go and portraits of them and sell them off. And that's what we're doing. A little bit head to the back. Yeah. I like that it looks like a fur coat. If you saw that, it looked like a fashion show in Japan. Look a little bit more poor. Look more homeless. I know. See, now we got it up.
It worries me that frightens me. So I don't see what the end point is.
Is your volume up? I can't hear it.
Like in all good business deals,
the volume. Oh, it's
gets
walks away with a good
You
scent.
couldn't hear it at all?
Well, yeah, it's just real low.
Oh,
Is
weird.
yours low?
No.
So I'll just turn mine up. Keep playing it.
Okay.
So the homeless gets 50%. We think we're going to exploit everyone. We didn't realize what we were getting, you know. So, well, maybe people are wearing things in his clothing.
A few weeks ago, we brought you the story of a controversial Danish artist, and now artist Christian von Hornsleth has sold his first two artworks.
Access to its data and images are then sold for tens of thousands of pounds to anybody who wants to watch them at any time.
We've got to find 100 new homeless guys for the project.
The plan is to get a big van, drive around London, and bring them into the van and photograph them inside the van. Very difficult. And I don't know if we can do it. We only have 48 hours. I need to get back to Denmark then.
We are privatizing the homeless. We're selling them off as investment objects. You feel like an investment object? No, no. So who wants to be famous? Who wants to be famous? You want to be famous? No. But I love this place. It's full of crazy people. I feel at home here somehow.
You don't believe me, right? If I told you that I was his royal angel, Jesus Christ. No.
Yeah, we almost reached 100 now. I'm very, very happy. And
I think we can stop it now. You understand the project?
I don't understand what you get when you buy a homeless person.
I don't know.
What is
You
it?
get
What
to
do they
track
call it? A
them. He says that
Tamagotchi? What
you
is?
get to track them.
What's a Tamagotchi? What is that?
I'm not sure. Do you want to? I can look it up, but I recognize. I mean, I noticed that too. I'm not sure what that is,
Well,
but
don't lose
what
your
you get
spot.
is, you saw that map. You see the map. It was like a tracker map. So you get a homeless person to track, which I'm not sure. I think that's. I don't know. I don't like that.
Wait, say that again. You get what?
You get a homeless person to track.
But I don't get it.
I don't like it. I don't get it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Like, what do you
I
track
find
them
that-
for?
So you get to see your own homeless person move around the city on this little map. And you can show people, look at what my homeless is doing. Millionaires, billionaires.
That's weird.
It's very weird.
Did the homeless people make do they get paid?
They get half, supposedly they get half of what the picture sells for. Not the investment. Like people are investing $25,000 per homeless person. And the homeless gets half of what the picture he sells. And he's not helping them. He's not.
Well, I mean, I mean, I suppose half the money from the picture is more than what they were.
Right, but it's not sustainable, right? It's not teaching.
Well, it's not meant to be sustainable, obviously.
Right, that's the thing, and that's why I find it a little.
Except for the artist.
Right. So did you look up Tamagotchi or did I?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a handheld digital pet. So you have your homeless person in your pocket. It's like a Pokemon Go.
Yeah. Let's see. My Tamagotchi Forever digital trailer. Let's see what we got here.
Did anybody? That was. That, but a homeless person. Yeah.
was nasty.
That was nasty. And but so basically that, but a homeless person instead
Yeah.
in your pocket. Your own homeless person remains homeless, stays
But
homeless.
with the Tamagotchi, if I remember that correctly, you had to like feed it and walk it and sort of take care of it.
Really? Yeah,
Didn't
no
you?
such thing for that. No such investment into the homeless, from what I can tell. You
I,
just
if I could be mistaken, but I thought that was part of the point. It's sort of a virtual pet.
yeah, like yeah, they used to have one out here, like in America, or an American product that was my something puppy. My daughter had one. She had her puppy that she always had to feed and walk and stuff, but she didn't really walk it or feed it. It was just an alert that
Yeah,
yeah.
right. Same with the Tamagotchi.
Mhm.
That's from my understanding. So I still don't understand how you do it with the homeless if you just watch them. If you don't.
Right. Bad analogy, I guess, but I guess you could have the app in your pocket at all times. That's the only thing that's similar.
No.
So there's one more project. The video was an hour long because mostly the controversial nature behind it is got him sued, I believe. And I don't know, he should have been more than sued, in my opinion. So this one is called
So far, this dude has just put me in the mind of Abramovich.
A little bit, right? Something, and
Just,
what's funny is that when I was searching for him, she came up because of the blood.
yeah, just weird stuff that's supposed to be art. That's just weird.
It's questionable, and also nobody stops this from happening, even though there's people involved. Like
But why
I
would
could,
you stop it
if
from
there wasn't
happening?
people,
Well,
huh?
why would you want to stop any of this from happening?
I think just the exploitation, not the, I mean, the one in the ocean is kind of weird because you're actually polluting the ocean, possibly, like with biological matter, if that thing breaks open or whatever. I don't know what regulations were in place. That's just my own common sense. But and that sculpture, that's pollution
Well,
in itself. But I wouldn't stop it. I'm like whatever on that one. But the homeless people, I feel like it's like a little bit exploitation. Like it's like you're not really helping anybody, but you're, I don't
all
know.
right. I
It
mean,
just feels wrong to me.
I would disagree with you in all of it because, uh, first of all, blood in the ocean is not toxic. There's more, you know, biological matter in the oceans than I care to even think about, to be honest with you.
All
So,
right.
yeah, I'm not really tripping on that. And pollution, sculpture, yeah, I'm just not. Yeah, I just don't. Grown folks don't tell grown folks what to do, and
Right.
everybody that's doing everything is grown. So I would not be wanting to shut any of it down personally.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't actively shut it down. I just find it weird that it can continue on such a massive scale in these cities, like that people haven't tried. Like I would think somebody would come along as an activist for the homeless and be like, okay,
How
can we
massive a scale
restructure?
is it? I don't know how big a scale it is. When you
I
say
mean, he's getting hundreds of homeless people and putting tracking devices on them.
that's what I
And
mean. I don't know that I haven't seen that part of it. I don't know if he did it for
oh
three
yeah, I
people
guess
or
I should have showed the book if I showed the book. But yeah, he shows on the website, and I'm not sure if it's still up, but on the website he showed the map, and you could see them all moving around, and then he had the book of their pictures and stuff like that. It's a weird one.
I mean, I think it in some ways, as far as anthropology goes, it could be interesting to even study.
Yeah, I agree with that part. It almost seems like they should be doing that, like to see like what to figure out what's causing this phenomenon, even though we know. But
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to I don't I hate like having to say anything because I just don't have enough information about any of it. I don't know. This is the first time I'm seeing this guy.
well, let me show you the next one and see if you feel the same, like that there shouldn't have been an interjection.
All right.
So I don't have a video, but I will just we can look at the explanation. This one was called the Uganda Village Project. And that was same artist went to a Ugandan village, and the tagline of the art project was, "We want to help you, but we also want to own you." And so, yes, and so what he did was, in exchange for livestock and things of that nature, I think primarily livestock, he made them legally change their name, the people in the village, his last name, and rename the village Hornsleth. So some of the photos are of them holding up their new ID cards and stuff like that. And I will show that to you by doing something.
I am constantly fascinated with how different people think and how minds work. I mean, I would never have even, like, where did you come up with the idea to have a whole village change their name to your name and rename the village you? That's just, but come to think of it, I guess that's what people were doing for thousands of years. What's Alexandria, right? What's
Right.
Washington, right?
Right, that's true. So you can't really see it. And I fear that do you see my whole desktop or just the photo?
No, just the photo.
Okay. So yeah, I'd have to share each individual one. I apologize. I probably should have done a slideshow, but that's one of them. But there's tons of them. And this got a lot more attention, this project, obviously, for obvious reasons. But let me see if I can pull up something that is a broader scope. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think. That's the problem.
Well, I don't know. It's a weird one, right? Like you're giving me a chicken and I'm changing my last name to yours like that's legally changed
Forever, right?
forever. And that's historical data.
It's just so weird. It's a weird thing, and it's weird that people would do it.
Because they needed the things, it was out of desperation is what the ultimate, discovery was when people got involved, when authorities became involved and things of that nature, because they were like, what are you doing? But he went on with it for a long time, like a long time. A lot of people are Hornsleth. And what does he gain from that,
I don't know. I mean, when I think about if I could do an art project, I would want to build like a new building or something. I'd want to build something that people could see and marvel at and enjoy and want to come in and, tell their kids about and, maybe be a little interactive and just be something that's super dope. I don't know why I would want to bury blood at the bottom of the ocean.
Right.
Or sell homeless people.
Right. Huh? He's very rich. He's very
Was he
rich
before he became an artist?
Yes.
So he's more
an entitled type,
So is he more rich than an artist, or is he sincere as being an artist?
I think he's more rich than he is an artist. So here's some.
So in some ways, he's just going around fucking with people.
In a way, I mean, but like, why do you choose? I'm not sure, but this is I guess that would be the exhibit that he got in the end, but he also got a whole lot of people named after him.
Yeah, it's like he just fucking with people.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't know how to take it seriously.
Well, if your last name was changed, you might. I don't know. For livestock. Oh, look, 5 years later.
I'm not sure how seriously they took it. They changed their names
Out of necessity. That was the problem. It was like he was exploiting a need to get
I don't listen. Okay, so they were about to starve to death until he came and offered them a chicken or a cow.
Kind of, yeah. That's my understanding.
Or they was already broke, living a poor lifestyle, and he came and offered them a chicken or a cow.
Well, they were, yeah. They weren't. I don't think they were on the brink of like, I'll throw you like if
they were drowning. If I'm already broke, unless a cow is gonna make me not broke no more, it's not even a consideration.
Oh wow. This, I guess, is to those skeptical. So I guess they're saying that they were dying and they needed a reply to a very upset Ugandan living in England. So I guess they're not mad at him. Number one, sub-Saharan African people are actually dying. Uganda in particular, with a life expectancy of 46 years, not because we Ugandans want to die that early, but simply because our people do not have a single coin to buy medicine and the basic necessities to keep living. One of the ideas of the art project is for people around the world to understand that aid is given to poor countries with one hand and demands are given with the other. In other words, that aid is conditional. So if he's trying to make a point, that's fine, as long as he.
Okay, so he's trying to make a point, and I appreciate the
Good
point he's
point,
trying to
man.
make.
I appreciate that
Now,
too.
now
I
let's go
really
back to
appreciate
how
it.
is he trying to make that point? By doing what? By making them change their name to him?
Yeah, I know, that's a weird one. I
That's
guess
where I
that's
got.
a big ridiculous ask, maybe, but I don't see that from foreign aid. I see them giving bread and rice for the ability to have bases and biolabs and stuff like that on land that is supposed to be sovereign, or in the case of Haiti or something along those lines. It's not like
You
they
lost
said
me
name.
completely.
He's saying the point is that they ask for, like, for foreign aid, is that they understand it's given to poor countries with one hand and demands are given with the other hand. Like the demands usually of foreign aid, like in the case of the United States, they don't ask for just somebody to change their name. Like that's not the kind of demand that they're asking when they give bread or whatever. They ask for bases on their land and all type of stuff, biolabs
I
on land.
understand. I think I understand what you're trying to say. When one country offers another one aid, there are often strings attached,
Exactly.
right?
Right. But not so
So
simple as.
so he's offering them aid, and the string is them having to change their name.
Right. It's
I
not
don't know.
comparable to me, in my opinion. It's not comparable to what's actually happening, but I get what he's doing if that's really the case. He doesn't relay it well, though. He doesn't, because I have never found that until this letter from the Ugandan.
I think, yeah, I would. I don't. I mean, we're talking about it, so I mean, I guess it's somewhat effective, I suppose.
Right. It's pretty old. I think it's from 2016, but they check on them still 5 years later, I guess.
And they're doing a lot better.
They just said what I just saw. I don't know enough about it, but what I just saw on the other Google page, it said 5 years later, Hornsleth, just a name. I guess they had to keep the name. I don't know. It's
I don't
weird.
know.
Questionable. Because I don't know if enough people knew about it, and maybe it would make more of a difference. Oh yeah, it's 2006. And this was published by Hornsleth, so we don't know.
Oh, he published this himself?
This letter. So, I mean, somebody may have written it, but maybe there were others. It's weird. ID card. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they say art is subjective, but I don't know. I don't. I'm not. He's not my cup of tea. I'll say it like that. There's no.
Mine not. Okay,
Yeah, I don't see I don't see a lot there that I'd be going back to be like, ooh.
Right. And if there was
You
more of
know.
an explanation, maybe in the exhibit. I didn't see that though. I'm not getting that.
Well, there may be more explanations if we dig a little bit deeper.
So
You
dark.
see, you getting dark.
Yeah,
Like
there's
the
a lot
sun
out
went
here.
down all of a sudden.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, maybe if we dig a little deeper, we could find out more about him.
But don't you think we shouldn't have to? Like, if it's art, like it should be. I don't know. But they do say, what is the saying?
No, I don't think you shouldn't have to. I think, yeah, you're supposed to.
For art?
Yeah, of course. I mean, art has been under attack the same way every other institution has been. One of the tenets in the communist takeover for America is to introduce art that is ugly on purpose.
Weird. Yeah.
Right. It's one of the tenets. They want us to have ugly art that we don't want to look at. So so there's that.
I'm turning on the light, sorry. Oh, yeah, there's that. I don't know if that helped, but anyway, that is interesting. They say art should disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed.
Yeah, I disagree.
Mhm.
I mean, Mona Lisa should, stop. Who's that supposed to disturb?
I don't know. It
You know
disturbs
what
me
I
that we're
mean?
still talking about her. Like, I don't care about Mona
But what
Lisa.
I'm saying is the point,
Not us, but I'm saying the world.
yeah, that's stupid. Art is not supposed to be that. That's stupid. When my kid comes home from second grade drawing a sun in a house, that's art, and it's not supposed
Right.
to disturb nobody.
Right. That's true.
You know what I'm
That's true.
saying, right? Art is in its purest form probably an expression of the beauty within, or an expression of the pain or trauma within.
There
in one
is,
way or the other.
yeah, and you can read into it. There's powerful art, I think, that is purposeful, that shows, the contrast between the good life and poverty and things of that nature. I think that activism art, will say, that has a purpose, but otherwise art is, like you said, it's like, it's from within, and it's a representation, I think, of the individual creating it, and sometimes it works in the world that we're
It can challenge you, but I don't think
yeah.
that's what it's supposed to do necessarily.
I
I mean,
keep thinking of Kanye with it.
some songs just make you dance. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Some songs can make you dance and challenge you at the same time,
Those
but
are the ones I love.
but they don't
But
have to.
they don't have to. This artist, though, I keep thinking, I keep getting Kanye energy with him. Like, it seems like it's something that Kanye might do, something like this, like track the
Really?
homeless. Yeah, like
Nah. I
he's
don't
like,
know. I'm not. I mean, I hear you as far as the energy. Maybe Kanye energy, but
mhm.
I don't know. I didn't get no. Yeah, I wasn't.
Like the White Lives Matter thing that,
Uh,
that,
yeah, I think Kanye, his statements are a little more succinct.
oh yeah,
Yeah, he
I
gets
think so. Some
yeah,
people don't,
get
but
to the point. Don't be designing some crazy star-looking object and putting blood in it
right,
and
right.
expecting me, right? Expecting me to come along and be like, "Oh, I understand." I don't understand that. Like you got to have a whole book laid out with that bullshit, right?
Do you know of the other project that's similar to that? Well, I won't call it a project. I guess it's called a project, but in Israel, they put together that disc and they sent it into space. And it was supposed to catalog the entire human race and everybody's stories and everybody's everything. Do you know about that one?
I don't think so.
We should talk about that sometime, because, again, I don't know if everybody was represented, and I don't feel comfortable with that being the catalog of the entire human race. That was a big, big one. Supposedly the official, and I'm just like, maybe we should put one up there.
Yeah, I don't know. See,
Like a
I
time
don't
capsule
know.
for the new age.
I don't know. See, I don't believe half that shit though. Like the NASA when they said supposedly destroyed the asteroid, I don't believe that shit. I don't
I
believe
know,
them.
right? Why wouldn't we hear something? See
Well,
something?
no, it's not that we wouldn't hear
I
or
know.
see it, but it's like you haven't even gone back to the moon and you blowing up asteroids light years. Stop.
Right, right.
I've seen the swimming pools. You know what I'm saying? I've seen them, the air bubbles and stuff. I've seen it already. So, you know.
They'll never address that, though. But yeah, I was talking about that the other day. Like, I'm sorry, but
Well, my
even
point
my
is
mom was running.
when they're saying that they're sending this disc into space with the whole human race on it, I don't know if I believe them.
Well, okay. Well, we'll discuss it at some point. I'll show it to you and you can see what you
Yeah.
think. There's actually a digital, you can see what I don't know. It's
What
weird.
they
It's
say.
unsettling too.
But it's the same way that we think that our internet flows through the sky, but it really runs underground, right? The same way we think of the cloud as in the sky, but it's actually a computer on the ground. So we think things are one way, but they're not really that way.
Starlink. What do you think those are then?
But most of our communications are connected with cables that flow under the water. Most of them are not using satellites. Now, if Starlink is using satellites, fine, so be it. But what
No,
I'm
you're
saying,
right. There's grounding devices too. It's the
but the
ground.
majority of our communication, is ground based.
Right.
It is what it is.
Right. Why do they say the cloud?
I don't know why they call it the cloud.
Just a
I
mess.
don't know. I don't know because it's a computer just like everything else. So I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Sum it up. Yeah. Oh boy, he's a weird one.
He's a weird one, right? Have you noticed that downloading images from the web has gotten a little different? It's like now there's so many images that are blocked. Like I think they're downloading, and then I looked and it says that it was blocked. Have you experienced that?
I have not found that to be the case.
Do you download a lot of images or just mostly video?
Who are you talking to?
So images too. Okay. I mean, like clips, you know, you're very clippy.
Yeah, but at least 50 memes and 50 headlines every week.
Yeah. See, I experience it on Twitter too. Maybe it's because I'm using Brave. It might be that.
Where are you going? Oh, you do know where the lights are.
I do. I don't like these ones because the moths come, and I don't fuck with moths. Like I don't fuck with bees. Like I don't fuck with flies. Like I don't fuck with mosquitoes. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I might
Yeah,
just.
well, it's all good. We done.
Okay, cool. Raccoons will come soon anyway.
I still got to do some editing. If I get my Filmora back, I got to do some thumbnails and shit like that. So
Well, I want you to get it back, and I don't want you to get it back. Like they're abusive. That
I
shit is
know.
crazy.
I know it's like 6 in one hand after other than the other. But I already got products almost done in Filmora, so that's why I want it back, so I could just
I
finish.
just don't understand why it's all in the cloud. Like, why isn't it a desktop-based system?
That's what I thought it was. I didn't even know they could cut me off like this.
Right, that's crazy. I think a lot of things are like that now these days. It's going to be
Yeah,
interesting.
you will own nothing and you will be happy.
I will not be happy, and I will own it, whatever I want.
But that's how they want it. Exactly.
I know.
Everything is a subscription waiting to happen.
Everything is a subscription. Everything. That's
Yeah.
I'm good because it's not that technology isn't up to par.